What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today we're talking about Paddy Pimblett wanting to fight Charles Oliveira next. As he heads into this weekend's matchup with Michael Chandler, Paddy the Baddy believes a win will leave him just one fight away from a shot at the lightweight title. In an interview with Pavel Vrabovec, who kindly allowed us to use his footage, Pimblett said that after defeating Chandler he is willing to face anyone in the top 5 at 155. However, the opponent he most wants to step into the cage with is Charles Oliveira.
Anybody in the top 5 I will fight. Out of them all, I'd probably want to fight Charles. He's a legend. He's the biggest legend out of the top 5. Former lightweight champion, defended the belt twice, beat Justin, Chandler. I think he beat Arman as well. I think Arman got a lucky split decision there. And people call him the best submission artist in the UFC history. And I'd love to go out there and submit him.
He made it clear that there will be no shortage of potential opponents after Saturday's showdown with Paddy the Baddy. From Conor McGregor to Max Holloway and everyone in between, Chandler mentioned several high-profile lightweights during his interview with Pavel Vrabovec, who we want to thank again for allowing us to use his footage.
Whether it's Islam or whoever has the title, obviously that's the one. I don't think that's 100% realistic, or I don't really feel comfortable saying that's, what I would deserve after this fight. But Max Holloway for the BMF belt, welcoming Topuria to the division. If Conor's coming back, obviously we got to finish the Ultimate Fighter 31. So there's a lot of options out there. And then you also got the rematch with Justin Gaethje, which is the Fight of the Year 2021 rematch. So, man, there's almost too many options. And all the options are awesome, and all the options are great for you, the media, and you guys, the fans.
With so many exciting contenders pushing to make their case for a title shot, it is an exciting time for the lightweight division. Ilia Topuria reacts to Khabib Nurmagomedov's comments. Ilia Topuria responded to Khabib Nurmagomedov's recent remarks, suggesting that he does not deserve a shot at the title. While appearing on a recent show, Topuria addressed the criticism and made it clear that he believes he has earned his place in the championship conversation.
I think if you move up and we beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, who's next? Why not? Because there is nobody.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting in 155? Without, no, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance. And people talk bad about, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski. But the UFC pushed this fight. And this fight was good in first fight. But why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why? It's not fair for 155 pounds.
He's saying that I don't deserve it, but he's saying it from a fighter's perspective. But as a promoter, it works a little bit different.
So now you're thinking Dana.
Yeah.
As a fan, I'm talking purely as a fan.
Okay.
If there is the fight with you and Islam, that could be one of the biggest pay-per-views if that takes place.
I think so also. Look, Henry Cejudo, you watch him in the video, he moved up, he fought for the second belt. Conor, he fought for the second belt.
Ilia Topuria says he will submit Islam Makhachev with his favorite submission. Ilia Topuria recently claimed that he plans to ask Islam Makhachev what his favorite submission is and then use that very move to make him tap out. Topuria even said he would do it in front of Khabib Nurmagomedov to send a message to the entire team. Confident as ever, Topuria believes his grappling skills are more than enough to shock the lightweight champion and prove he belongs at the top of the division.
Me personally, I would ask him what's your favorite submission? Whatever, I don't know, dark show. I'm gonna submit you with that.
So if you ask him what his favorite submission is, you would do that to him?
Yeah.
This is a guy that's trained and coached by Khabib, who, 28-0, stories that never lost a round in his life.
I take him close to Khabib. I will submit him closer to Khabib.
You'll submit him in front of Khabib?
Yeah. I take him. Khabib used to take people in his shoulder, take them down and talk to Dana. I would do it to Khabib. I will take him,
and then talk to Khabib.
Khabib, I have to do it.
Magomed reacts to Alex Pereira footage. Magomed recently responded to footage posted by Alex Pereira. Last night, Pereira shared a video on Instagram showing himself embracing his heritage along with the caption, "Recharging my warrior spirit with the energy of my ancestors." The post quickly caught attention across the MMA community, and Magomed weighed in with his thoughts on the former champion's message and mindset. did not take long for Magome to see the post, and he quickly responded by saying, "I told you this will not work with me," followed by the hashtag Vado King. Dustin Poirier vs. Max Holloway for the BMF title. During a recent episode of the Good Guy Bad Guy show on ESPN featuring Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, Dustin Poirier appeared as a guest. Throughout the interview, Cormier and Sonnen repeatedly tried to get Poirier to reveal details about a potential fight with Max Holloway and hint at a possible showdown for the BMF title.
155 only has one piece of clarity, which is that Dustin and Max are matched up.
You just said the one thing we know is Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway are matched up.
That's all
I
we
don't
know.
know that that's true though.
I don't either.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. I'm trying to move away from it because I know what you're doing, right? Yes, I know what you're doing. So Dustin's sitting there like, Dustin's
Maybe.
off. Hey,
I started sweating when he said that.
Dustin's off. I'm not supposed to tell nobody.
I don't know for sure.
You said earlier, you announced that he's fighting Max Holloway, so are you?
No, I didn't.
No, I did
No,
that.
Chael did. Fight announcement yet? No.
My name is Bennett.
And I ain't in it.
If they do that the right way, that means he would be leaving with a belt. That would be very cool.
If I do it the right way.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, there would be no reason to come back. That would be a very special moment.
And
the rumors it's going to be in New Orleans, and the rumors
Oh God!
it's
If
going
it's
to be
in
with Max, the
Dustin,
rumors it's going to be.
I mean, this guy knows a lot of stuff.
He knows more than me.
These really are just rumors that are going around, but where there's smoke, oftentimes there's fire.
Who do you want to see Dustin Poirier face in his retirement fight? Let us know in the comments below. Caio Borralho goes off on Nasruddin Imavov for not accepting fight after earning the biggest win of his career over Israel Adesanya. Nasruddin Imavov has started teasing potential fight news on social media. In a recent Instagram story, Imavov posted a photo from training with the caption "Getting Ready." He also shared additional training footage with fans. Caio Borralho did not stay quiet about it and called out Imavov for not accepting a fight with him, making it clear that he wants the matchup next and believes it is the fight that makes the most sense for the division. While the footage got fans excited about his return, Caio Borralho went off in a series of posts calling Nasruddin Imavov out for allegedly turning down a fight with him. Borralho wrote that the French contender said no to facing him and suggested he should feel ashamed. Minutes later, he tagged Imavov directly and continued to question why he would avoid a #1 contender bout. He even mocked a fictional conversation with the UFC, suggesting Imavov did not want the matchup because it was too tough. So far, Imavov has not responded. Ariel Helwani and PFL owner Don Davis go back and forth. This week, the Global Fight League canceled its debut event in Los Angeles, confirming what many fans suspected, that the promotion would struggle to launch. Speaking on The Boys in the Back, Helwani discussed the state of MMA, pointing out that Bellator is no longer operating as a standalone brand and claiming the Professional Fighters League is not paying tournament winners what it once did. He argued that fewer major alternatives to the UFC is not good for fighters or the business. Don Davis quickly pushed back, accusing Helwani of misrepresenting the facts and insisting that PFL fighter pay and overall payroll are up. He said that such reporting harms fighters, fans, and the organization. Helwani responded with a lengthy rebuttal, questioning whether PFL is paying the same prize money as before, noting contract restructures, event cancellations, and limited ticket sales. He also challenged Davis to appear on his show to address the issues directly. Co-mate Global CEO Campbell McLaren then sided with Davis, accusing Helwani of promoting the GFL in a way that hurt other organizations and fighters. Helwani fired back, calling McLaren's company irrelevant and reiterating that his coverage of GFL included skepticism from the start. Uncrowned Combat reporter Drake Riggs also weighed in, saying he felt bad for fighters involved with GFL, but added that the concept seemed unrealistic from the beginning and that hope can sometimes cloud judgment in MMA. Yair Rodriguez and Diego Lopez go back and forth. Yair Rodriguez and Diego Lopez may be scheduled to face different opponents, but that did not stop them from trading verbal shots. Rodriguez explained during Media Day that his longtime teammate Marco Beltran has had issues with Lopez for years. He also took issue with Lopez being born in Brazil while training in Guadalajara and representing Mexico. The tension boiled over during Thursday's press conference, where security had to step in to keep the two apart before things escalated further.
Don't talk about my team, man. Don't talk about my team. Don't talk about my team. This is for Bryce. Bryce, after the fight, would you be open to saying a prayer or just a silver?
The tension did not end at the press conference as the two went at it again backstage, with security stepping in once more before things escalated. After the clip went viral, the UFC released a translation of the exchange. Yair Rodriguez accused Diego Lopez and his team of beating up Marco Beltran. Lopez responded by warning him to be careful who he messes with. Rodriguez then fired back, saying he knows where Lopez lives. The heated moment surprised many fans, especially since the two were seen taking photos together just a month ago. If both men win their fights this weekend, do not be surprised if the UFC books a grudge match between them later this year. Max Holloway and Israel Adesanya predict Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. This weekend, Alexander Volkanovski will attempt to reclaim the featherweight title when he faces Diego Lopez in a highly anticipated 5-round main event. Lopez is looking to continue his rapid rise, while Volkanovski is aiming to bounce back and re-establish himself at the top of the division. The MMA community appears divided on the outcome. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Max Holloway said he believes Volkanovski has what it takes to get the win and reclaim the belt, although he acknowledged that Lopez is dangerous and could create serious problems if he builds momentum early in the fight.
The most dangerous part for this fight is definitely the first 2 rounds for Volk, maybe 3. But if Volk go to vintage Volk, sticking and moving, leg kicking, being smart, getting him against the cage, ground and pound him, maybe even take him down here and there, At the end of the day, I think Volk's recapture, but I can see Diego capturing it and catching Volk, but it's MMA, we see what happens.
Israel Adesanya shared a similar opinion, noting that Diego Lopez is a fast starter and extremely dangerous early on. However, he ultimately believes Alexander Volkanovski will weather the storm and reclaim the featherweight title. In a recent video on his YouTube channel, The Last Stylebender, Adesanya broke down the matchup in detail, explaining why Volkanovski's experience, fight IQ, and championship pedigree could be the deciding factors despite the threat Lopez brings in the opening rounds.
I'm confident in Volk's defense. With Islam, with Brian Ortega, Volk grappling defense is elite. And also he's a great grappler as well. He can take Diego down. I haven't asked the camp. I wouldn't advise it in this one early on. But I'd say later on when he gets tired, put him on his back, just let him know I could do that. You know who I'm going with in this fight. But again, it's the early rounds I'm worried about. Not worried about, but I'm just mindful of. And I know Volk will mind his P's and Q's and get it done. And
a new era at 145 pounds could be on the horizon, but only time will tell how it all plays out. Bryce Mitchell responds to Gene Silva's comments after rallying the crowd against Bryce Mitchell during the UFC 314 introductory press conference in early March. Gene Silva kept that same energy when they faced off again during fight week. The two exchanged more words on stage as tensions continued to build ahead of their matchup. When Mitchell was asked about Silva claiming he would give him brain damage in the fight, Mitchell fired back with a humorous one-liner, making it clear he is not concerned about the prediction and plans to handle business inside the octagon.
To retire this weekend due to brain damage you'll take in this fight. Curious if you have a response for those remarks.
I was born with brain damage, brother. I'll be all right.